Welcome back to the Perek Project. A while ago, I was having a discussion with someone about a topic that I think a lot of us can relate to. She was asking, how can we fulfill our potential when life so often gets in the way? We want to do stuff. We want to make a difference. We want to achieve. And yet, sometimes we're so tied down by just regular life, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's just the daily stresses that keep coming up. How can we solve this dichotomy? So the truth is, this is something that has troubled people for a long, long time. So according to a lot of philosophy, the answer to that is that we're pretty much physical beings, but we achieve a degree of spirituality when we do spiritual things, whether it's religious stuff, whether it's acts of kindness. But Judaism has a whole different take on it. Judaism teaches us that spirituality can only be achieved through using the physical world correctly. So, for example, in this Mishnah, they criticize 3 people that eat at a table and no words of Torah are said between them. What on earth? It seems like such a high standard. It seems so harsh. What is he actually saying here? But he's teaching us this concept that Judaism teaches us you can't divorce the physical and the spiritual. They have to be together. It's just like when we sit down and we eat, we're providing for our body, we're nourishing our body. So too, when we sit down and eat, we have to nourish our soul. And how do we do that? By discussing words of Torah, by discussing spirituality. And incidentally, the Birchat Hamazon, the thank you after we eat can be considered those words of Torah, when we remember that God is the one that provides for us and gives us what we need. That in itself is elevating that meal. And it's saying specifically 3, because when you have a group of 3 people, at least one of them should remind everyone else what the purpose is. That it's not just to feed our bodies, but we have to provide nourishment for our souls as well. And the Mishnah tells us that when 3 people sit together and they eat, and they elevate that physical mundane meal by discussing Torah, by remembering what we're in this world for, and by remembering that God provides for us, it's as though they are eating at the table of God. It's as though they are eating a holy meal. And on this theme, the next Mishnah continues, and it tells us that someone who stays awake at night, or someone else who's traveling alone on the road, but wastes their time, they are guilty for their own soul. Again, what does it mean here? It's teaching us the same principle, if you think about it. Someone who's awake at night, or someone who's alone on the road, traveling alone, those are both opportunities for us to delve into spirituality. It's quiet. We can learn, we can think, we can create a plan. And if someone just squanders that time, they are forgetting that we have a soul, an eternal soul that's destined for greatness, and we have to nourish that soul. Of course, it's not talking about times where we need to relax and let go in order so that we can continue to nourish our soul. But again, when we understand this principle that spirituality is achieved through physicality, and that there's no such thing as mundane in Judaism, everything can be elevated. Everything in this world, everything that we have, can be used to achieve a more spirituality. And that really is the answer to the question of how can I achieve my life's goal? When life keeps getting in the way, when I keep getting weighed down by silly stress, or by work, or by family concerns, the answer is that is exactly what we are supposed to be doing. And when we respond correctly to whatever life throws our way, and when we learn from what we don't respond correctly to do better next time, that is exactly how we achieve spirituality and how we fulfill our mission in this world.